Here's how you can reverse your insulin resistance. This used to be me early this year. As you can see, I used to be obese, I had a huge belly fat, and I had acne all over my face and at the back of my neck. And doctors suspected that I might be diabetic because acne at the back of your neck is actually a sign of diabetes. And I reversed all of that in just 2 months by using a simple system. I'm not going to give you a diet plan. I'm not going to ask you to do crazy diets like keto. Pay attention because this information can actually save your life. Every time we eat food, it creates an insulin response. And different food creates different insulin responses. The absolute worst insulin response is from your liquid sugar, which is your soft drinks and fruit juices. Fiber is stripped out, so it's just a rush of glucose into your bloodstream. Hence, your insulin skyrockets and worsens your insulin resistance. Now, high sugar fruits can also create an absolute worst insulin response. Pineapples, mangoes, papaya. Fruits we eat today are genetically modified to contain more sugar, more calories, and less fiber. Look at apples. It used to be the size of a pea, but now it has been genetically modified to increase in size, containing more sugar and more calories and less fiber. Look at peach, it used to be the size of a coin. Now, starch also has high insulin response because starch is just a chain of glucose molecules. With rice, we strip the nutrients and fiber, leaving us with just the starchy component. And we do the same thing with other types of grains as well. Milk has the next highest insulin response because milk contains lactose, which is a type of sugar, hence it leads to a high insulin response. Next is protein. Now, protein gives a medium insulin response, but when we combine protein with starch, it leads to a high insulin response as well. And the last is fats. Now, the first step to lowering your insulin levels can be to cut the milk, the starch, and the liquid sugar and fruits from your diet. That's more like a keto diet, but I'm not the kind of person who can follow keto and give up my carbs. I'm Indian. So here's how you can eat your carbs and still lower your insulin levels. And the key is fiber. That's why a bowl of rice spikes your blood glucose levels, and a bowl of rice plus beans steadies your blood glucose levels. And the higher the blood glucose level, the higher the insulin. Because remember, the main job of insulin is to control your blood sugar level. Fiber is the antidote to carbs. Now, either you add more fiber in your diet or use a scientifically designed product like I do. Next key to lowering your insulin levels is through fasting. In the morning and in between meals. When you're sleeping, your insulin levels come down. The worst thing you can do when you wake up in the morning is to break that fast with a high carbohydrate breakfast. Rather, if you just fast, you keep your insulin levels lower longer. And that's why I have the Unimate to keep me consistent, because it suppresses my hunger and cravings in the morning, it increases my mood and clarity, and I don't get fatigued. And that's why I use the Feel Great system to keep me consistent.